If you find yourself waiting to move until everything feels perfectly safe and beyond criticism, stay here for a moment. Take a slow breath and arrive here. You do not need to analyze anything. Let the words land where they land. Your body will take what it needs. And begin. I notice the part of me that uses perfectionism to stop me from acting. When I think about moving forward, my mind immediately starts raising the standard. It has to be perfect. It has to be safe. It has to be right. So I wait. This part of me believes that if I act and I am seen, I will be criticized. It believes that being noticed is dangerous. It believes that moving forward will expose me to judgment or failure. So perfection becomes a way to stay still. I notice how I delay action by trying to get everything just right. I notice how I hold myself back until I feel completely ready. Underneath this is a deep fear of being seen and found inadequate. This part of me learned that when I showed myself, I was criticized or shamed. So now it protects me by keeping me immobile. It tells me that if I never act, I can never fail. It tells me that if I never try, I will never be exposed. I also notice another fear hiding underneath. A fear that if I actually try something, I may discover I am not good at it. Or that I do not even want it. Or that I still do not know what gives my life meaning. So staying perfectly prepared becomes a way to avoid that pain. I notice the heaviness of this pattern. I notice how it keeps me stuck between wanting to move and being afraid to move. Underneath this is a part of me that once felt powerless and criticized. Perfectionism became a way to survive being seen. I am ready to meet this protective part with compassion. I am ready to recognize that perfection was never the real safety. I am ready to allow small, imperfect movement to exist without abandoning myself. I recognize these are experiences arising within my awareness, not truths about who I am. Even though this part of me believes that moving forward will expose me to judgment and failure, and that staying perfectly still is the only way to be safe, I acknowledge this fear is a passing pattern arising in consciousness, not my real or permanent self. I feel so heavy, like I cannot move. Notice how this feels in your body. I am so scared of being seen. Every time I think about stepping forward, my chest tightens. Breathe into the heaviness. I remember the time I showed myself and was shamed for it. It was not safe to be me. I feel like I am waiting for permission that never comes. Let the body soften a little. I notice my mind raising the bar higher and higher. If I just get it perfect, maybe they will not hurt me. I notice this thought as an experience arising and passing. I am so tired of holding myself back. But moving feels like stepping into a trap. My stomach clenches when I imagine being watched. I notice how this fear is protecting me. I feel frozen between wanting to live and needing to hide. Breathe into that frozen place. What if I try and discover I am nothing special? That thought cuts deeper than I expected. I notice my observer self watching this fear arise. I feel so small and exposed underneath all this preparation. My body is heavy with the weight of never being enough. Let the body soften a little more. I am scared that if I move, I will lose the only safety I have. I want to move, but I cannot. This is just an experience happening in my awareness. I am here with this heaviness, and I do not need it to change. My awareness remains steady while this fear moves through me. I can stay present with this experience exactly as it is. Underlying beliefs. If I act and am seen, I will be criticized. Being noticed is dangerous. Moving forward will expose me to judgment or failure. If I never act, I can never fail. If I never try, I will never be exposed. If I try something, I may discover I am not good at it. I may discover I do not even want what I thought I wanted. I still do not know what gives my life meaning. My worth depends on being beyond reproach. Perfection is the only acceptable way to exist publicly. I notice these are patterns from past experiences, not my true self. The outdated protective strategy that once served me was becoming invisible and perfect to survive being seen, and this structure is being outgrown rather than fixed. Adult self, gently turn toward your inner child. I am sorry to my inner child who experienced being criticized and shamed just for showing up. I am sorry you learned that being seen was dangerous. I am sorry you had to make yourself perfect and still to stay safe. I am sorry you carried the weight of believing you were not adequate. Inner child speaks. It feels softer here with you noticing me. Maybe I do not have to be so perfect right now. Adult speaks. I give you permission to move imperfectly. I give you permission to forgive yourself and those who shamed you. I release any guilt and shame you carry. I honor our journey together. I love you. You are safe to let go and be yourself because I am here now and always to protect you, and these feelings are just passing experiences, not defining reality. Now that we've felt and honored the experience, allow understanding and light to arise naturally. The belief that perfection equals safety was an illusion born of past pain, and as that truth softens, calm and freedom naturally return. My inherent worth was never determined by how flawlessly I performed or how safely I hid. Thoughts of inadequacy, fear of exposure, and the urge to freeze are temporary appearances in consciousness, while the true self remains whole, untouched, and free. I do not need to earn my right to exist by being perfect. The ask, inner child. I give myself permission to feel what it is like to move just a little, and notice the sensation in my legs as they shift. I allow myself to feel visible for one breath, right here, right now, without needing it to be safe first. Adult self. I choose to stay present with myself while I take one small, imperfect step and notice what that feels like. I can remain connected to my own awareness while something new is gently attempted, without demanding it go well. Higher self. I allow this experience to unfold in its own time, in its own way, without needing to understand or control it. Awareness remains stable while sensations of movement, hesitation, and relief arise and pass on their own. Bridge into your new reality. Earlier there was only the weight of waiting until conditions were perfect, and now there is a felt sense of breath moving through the body, even while things are unfinished. Where I once held myself completely still to avoid exposure, I now notice a slight softening in my shoulders as I am seen and remain safe. The old pattern insisted I needed to be ready before I could move, and now I feel the truth that movement itself teaches readiness. Reclaim your power. I release the belief that I must be perfect to be worthy, and I choose to meet each moment with the compassion and presence that are already here. I witness this entire process from the awareness that has always been untouched, and from this place I can engage with life fully, knowing my inherent worth was never at stake. Seeing it done. I imagine myself now moving through a regular day with a sense of lightness I had forgotten was possible. I see myself starting something new without the usual prelude of self-doubt and preparation. There is a thought that arises about doing it perfectly, and I notice it, and I continue moving anyway. My body feels warm and loose, my breath even, my attention on the simple pleasure of engagement rather than the outcome. I notice myself being seen by others and feeling curious rather than threatened. I see myself finishing something that is not perfect and feeling complete anyway. This new experience arises in consciousness, and the real self is the stable witness watching it all unfold. I am free to move and be seen without preparing a defense. My body knows how to feel safe while being imperfectly visible. I trust the unknown because I am here with myself in it. This way of relating to experience is ordinary, safe, and non-dramatic, like breathing or blinking. Now experience a new future. I am here at the exact moment I would normally stop myself. I notice the thought arise that it needs to be perfect. My chest tightens slightly and I feel the familiar pull to wait. I take a breath and feel my feet on the ground. I notice my observer self noticing this pattern. Another breath and the tightness in my chest softens a little. I feel the impulse to move, faint but present. I let my hand reach forward just a few inches and feel the air against my skin. My heart beats a little faster and I notice that too. I am being seen right now by myself and it is safe. I take another breath and feel my shoulders drop. I imagine someone watching me and my stomach flutters, but I stay here, breathing. I notice the thought that I might fail and I let it pass through without stopping me. My legs feel ready to stand. I rise slowly and feel the strength in my thighs holding me. I am moving now, one step then another, and the world does not collapse. I notice my breath moving easily, my body warm and alive. I feel exposed and I am still here, still whole. I take another step and feel curiosity about where I am going. I notice a small smile forming, unexpected. I feel the satisfaction of moving without the weight of perfection. I complete this moment exactly as it is, imperfect and complete. This feels normal and safe now. Allow this felt sense to continue integrating naturally in the body and in life. Take a deep breath, feel the shift, and smile. Let this settle.